up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, though? What up, though? What's good, people? What up? It's a late night tip. We on the late night creep. It ain't that late. It's 9:47. Y'all know how your boy do. I gotta get these live streams in. If I don't get anything else in, I gotta get my live stream in on Wednesday. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Giving it up for y'all. Give it up. Shout out to the chat, man. Everybody in this thing checking in. Money Maker Mission, what up, though? Baller Hunter, what up, though? Nicole S, what's good? What up, though? Josh Shelton, what up, though? Justin, what up? Local Kid, what up, though? J Dub, what's good, brother? Say keep pounding. Tez, what up, though? Arvera, what up, though? King Rook, what up, though? Nato, what up, though? All right, man. All right, man. I ain't gonna waste too much time because y'all know me. I'm on that dad life now. I get sleepy around 10, 10:15, 10:30. Y'all know me. I get a little drowsy on this thing. And I'm feeling a little under the weather. I got my predictions, man. I got my predictions. I got stat predictions based off of what Vegas says. I'm going to give my over-under prediction. Then I'm going to give my record prediction, of course. And then I got breakout candidates and MVP candidates on both sides of the ball. I ain't going to waste too much time because I know y'all on the replay, y'all be getting all mad and stuff because y'all don't like when I interact with the chat. But shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat, man. One time for the one time. Everybody that's checking in. Please get this video a thumbs up if you have not. Please get a video a thumbs up if you have not. It don't take anything. It's free. It's very, very free. It's very, very cost efficient to give a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, you got to hit that subscribe button, man. Every Wednesday, I'm going live. I got a lot of things planned for for the season. Obviously, I know the film breakdown's coming, but I'm going to try a new couple concepts and shows on the channel as well. Pardon me, I'm a little under the weather. I don't know how. I think it's just from daycare germs, back to school germs, kids going out, bringing back them germs and stuff like that, being around their brothers and sisters, and bringing home souvenirs. So I feel if I sound a little different, a little nasally, it's going to be all right. My boy Reen said he got laid off this week with these Panther spirits. Keep your, hey, man. It's hard out here, man, in the economy, dog. Keep your head up, dog. Hopefully I'll bring some positive vibes because it's about that time. Our favorite team is about to get rolling. Shout out to my guy Low in the building. What up, though? Red Bull and vodka will give me a second win. It's going to give me more than that. I'm going to tell you that. Red Bull and vodka will give me a lot more than that. And shout out to this shirt, though, man. If y'all want to get this shirt was $20. $20 at Aeropostale. This is stitching. Shout out to the patch. This is at Aeropostale for $20. I still got the tag on that thing. Pardon that. Yeah. Pardon that. I'm keeping it. Don't worry about that. It was only $20. But I'm wearing it for the first time. Look at it. That's stitching too on the back. Carolina Panthers on the back. Stitching. It's dope. $20 at Aeropostale. Go get it. I ain't got no referral link. I'm sorry. I don't get no commission. I'm just giving y'all free game. Y'all know me. Y'all always be asking me where I get stuff from. This is $20 at Aeropostale. It fits amazingly. It fits great. The fabric is tremendous. It's got a little patch down here too. Aeropostale, bro. Go get it. Go get it. They're $20. Hopefully they're still on sale, but they're $20. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get into this thing, though. Dang. Shout out to I got fantasy football dudes hit my account. Got fantasy football dudes hit my account. But Aeropostale $20. If you want some cheap, nice gear, don't say I ain't never getting nothing to y'all, bro. Don't say I ain't never did that for y'all. Let me pull up my notes. Sorry. Pull up my notes. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this, man, because I want to talk about some stat predictions. Let's start with the stat predictions. And I'm pulling everything Everything that I'm pulling is going to be from Prize Picks. So Prize Picks, obviously, y'all know Prize Picks. If you want to put the money down, let me know. I'll send you the link. If you haven't signed up yet, you can get bonus bet on your first deposit. I'm not being sponsored by them. This is just me pulling stats from there. But if you want to play and get some bonus stuff, you think some of these numbers we talk about are good, holla at your boy. I'll drop the link in the chat, but let me know. All right, let's get to it. So, Panthers predictions. Bryce Young stats. Let's look at Bryce Young stats. So, right now, Prize Picks or Vegas, whatever you want to call it, has Bryce Young projected for 3,199.5 yards. 3,199.5 yards. You can choose if you think Bryce Young will give you more or less than 3,199.5. Now, to me, I always look at these. These are health bets. Health bets. And granted, this is not financial advice. I gotta put that disclosure out. This is not financial advice. But these are basically health bets. You're betting on if a guy is going to be healthy. 9 times out of 10, if these guys are healthy, they're going to hit these numbers. 3,199 is just criminal. Criminal, in my opinion, for Bryce Young. So you're looking at about 3,200 yards. 3,200 yards if Bryce Young plays all 17 games, which he hasn't done in his career. To be fair, he never played 17 games. But if he did, that's averaging 188 passing yards per game. 188 passing yards per game. Do you think Bryce Young will average 188 passing yards per game? I do. I think that's easy money if Bryce Young is healthy, knock on wood, and plays every game, doesn't get benched, of course. This should be free. It should be free. 3,100 yards. I have Bryce Young projected at about 3,600 yards passing on the year. I still think we're going to be a heavily influenced running team, and I think that's for good measure. Protect the defense. Keep the chains moving, ball control a little bit, but I can't deny the fact that we spent a first-round draft pick yet again on a receiver. Top 10. Teteroy McMillan is going to get his looks. We didn't draft a wide receiver to just be a 3 yards and a cloud of dust team. We did. So we're going to sling the ball around. I think Bryce Young clears that number with ease. Again, I got him projected for 3,600 yards. Passing touchdowns, 18.5 passing touchdowns, 18.5 passing touchdowns. So Bryce Young, 18.5. Let's round it up to 19, divided by 17. That's 1.1 passing touchdowns per game. Let me look at Bryce Young's stats from last year. Bryce Young had 15 touchdowns. 15 touchdowns, guys, in the starts he had last year. He got benched, remember? Bryce Young played 12 games. He started 12 games. And he had 15 touchdowns passing. But right now, Vegas only has him slated for 18.5. Again, these are health predictions. If Bryce Young is healthy, he smashes this number. I have Bryce Young projected for about 25 touchdown passes this year. 25 touchdown passes for Bryce Young. Why? I don't know. I'm just pulling these numbers out my butt. They sound sick. I don't think Bryce is going to throw for 30 touchdowns. That'd be unheard of. I mean, I'm here for it if you want to do it, but I predict Bryce Young, you know what I'm saying? Bryce Young will have about 24 and go way over this 18.5. To me, it's crazy, though. Like, he had 15 last year. Again, you're betting on health. He had 15 last year. And in the first 2 games that he started, he didn't even throw a touchdown. He didn't throw a touchdown in the first 2 games. So essentially, he threw for 15 touchdowns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He threw for 15 touchdowns in 10 games. The last 10 games, he threw for 15 touchdowns. Every start, once he came back from benching, he threw a touchdown pass in. 10 consecutive games of throwing a touchdown pass in a game to end last year. And so even on the bad games, like the Cowboys, where he had a rough game where he had 2 interceptions, he still threw a touchdown. Even Tampa, when we got smoked, he threw 2 touchdowns. Even against Denver, when we got beat, 2 touchdowns. So again, Bryce Young, 10-game consecutive streak. I think 24 is feasible. I don't think 24 is crazy. 24, 25 is right there where I think he could end up. And I think that's great. Next up, you got his interceptions. Interceptions. Very, very interesting. So, of course, Bryce Young threw 9 interceptions last year. 9 interceptions last year in 12 starts. Bryce Young can be a little bit of a gunslinger sometimes. Even when in that backstretch, he had 2 picks against Dallas, 1 pick against Philly, 2 picks against Denver, 1 against New Orleans. I don't even remember the New Orleans pick. Oh, yeah, that New Orleans pick. The New Orleans pick, that was the one that Xavier Legette got stolen from him. I forgot about that. Bryce Young did a pretty good job taking care of the football down the stretch. I do think he has double-digit interceptions. I predict him to have 11. I think he goes under, but I think he'll have about 11. He'll play some clean football, which is what we're going to need from him to keep us in these games. But I still think Bryce Young will throw double-digit interceptions. So what I have Bryce Young slated for, 3,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Not bad. You sprinkle in 4 or 5 with rushing touchdowns because he had how many rushing touchdowns? He had 6 rushing touchdowns last year. Crazy. 6 rushing touchdowns last year. Let's say he does that again. You're looking at 30 touchdowns. 30 touchdowns. He had 249 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle in another 300 yards. You're looking at close to 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks. That's a pretty darn good year for Bryce Young. Anything above that is gravy. He throws for that. I think we're going to be in great, great shape. Great, great shape. Next up, T-Mac. T-Mac's yards. 875.5 yards. 875.5 divided by 17 games is 51 yards per game. 51 yards per game. If he plays all 17. Does Tedero McMillan miss any games? Time will tell. He's missed some practice. He's missed some practice just because of, I guess, overexertion or some soft tissue. So that's always a factor when you're talking about a rookie and a potential rookie wall. So does T-Mac play all 17 games? I would love it, but would I be shocked if he doesn't? No. Has he missed any games in his career? No. He had surgery before, but he's never missed a game. So we'll see. But 875 is interesting. I think T-Mac can hit 900 yards. I do. Whether he plays 17 or not, I think T-Mac can hit 900 yards based off volume alone. And now you got a guy like Jalen Coker who's going to be out. If we didn't learn anything from that first preseason game, Tedero McMillan is going to get the ball thrown his direction early and often. Early and often. There's a lot of different mouths to feed, and Bryce Young make sure everybody eats. But T-Mac is going to get the looks. Dave Canales has been on record even saying as much. He's going to get the looks. So 875 yards per game, I can see T-Mac going over 900 yards. That's my prediction, 900. 60.5 receptions, let's do the math. 61 divided by 17, that's 3.5 catches a game. I think he goes over 60. I got him in the 70 range. I think he's going to get a lot of targets. I can see him in the mid-70s. I like that number. I got him going over 60.5 receptions. I just think the amount of targets and volume we saw, like I said, from preseason lets me know they're going to try their best to find ways to get the football to this man. But my favorite pick on this is the 5 touchdowns. I think he clears 5 touchdowns easy. I got him going for 8. 8 touchdowns as a rookie. So 900 yards, 75 receptions, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Pretty dang good rookie year. For a top 10 pick, people may try to snuff him because what we've seen from other top 10 receivers. But to me, I'm taking that all day because I know Bryce Young is probably spreading the pill around to other guys. So Roy McMillan, with those numbers, my prediction for his rookie year, 75 receptions, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. The 200-yard receiving games, I don't know. We'll see. It depends how many big plays he can get. Next up, Chuba. Chuba Hubbard is predicted for 950.5 yards. Let's do the math. 951 divided by 17. 56 yards per game. Can Chuba average 56 yards per game if he plays every game? Now, Chuba Hubbard has always been in the running back by committee backfield, I guess. This year will not be any different. This year, I expect him to take even less carries, as we have a guy like Rico Dowdle, who we can trust, who seems to be an upgrade from Miles Sanders. And we drafted Trevor Etienne, a guy who seems like they like him. We've seen him get reps with the ones during training camp. We've seen him get the ball in creative ways during preseason. I think Trevor Etienne could be a factor. I think he eats into Chuba's numbers. I think Chuba probably is right in the 900-yard range this year. I think they do it on purpose. I think they're going to try to make sure Chuba is fresh for the long haul. We're going to be a run-heavy team, I think. I have Chuba right at the 950-yard range. I wouldn't bet this personally because I don't feel strongly one way or the other. But I do think that Chuba takes a step back in total yards compared to last year just because we have other guys that can take that off of him. Now, rushing touchdowns, 6.5. I have him going over that. I have Chuba Hubbard predicted for 8 rushing touchdowns. Last year, he had 10. I have him for 8. 8 touchdowns. So I think Chuba Hubbard goes over that. I think he ends up being that red zone guy. I think he ends up being the bell cow in the running game. But when they want to get a little more creative with the pass game, I think that's when we bring in Rico or Trevor. But in terms of the red zone, getting those red zone carries, I think this is a Chuba Hubbard show. And I could easily be wrong about his yards based off volume alone, but I do think that they're going to try to take some off of his plate. I do think they try to take it off of his plate to make sure he's fresh. I think that was their intent last year, getting Jonathan Brooks. I think that's their intent now. I think with Miles Sanders being the backup, they didn't have anybody they could depend on, so they had to lean more on Chuba. Had Jonathan worked out, it would have been a two-headed monster. But I have Chuba predicted for 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Pretty dang good to me. Pretty dang good. Shout out to Anthony Morris and Chicken Wing in the chat. What's up, y'all? Next up, Excel. 575.5 receiving yards and 4.5 touchdowns. So let's do the math. 576 divided by 17 is 34 yards per game. So first of all, you got to think about, is Excel going to be healthy? Now, he's dealt with some injuries in his past, but he said that he's never felt better body-wise. He got the foot right. The wrist seems to be in a better spot, doing some work in the offseason. He said it today. He's never felt this good going into the season before. A lot of those injuries he had last year were just stuff lingering from college. I'm expecting a breakout year from Xavier Legette. If you mean to tell me that I can get Xavier Legette, his stat prediction, only 25 yards higher than what his last year's stat prediction was, because last year they had him slated for 549. They had him slated for 549 yards last year. Crazy, right? Crazy. And so they only expect marginal improvement on the prediction from his rookie year. And people are saying that, oh, Jalen Coker is wide receiver too. And it may be so. But Jalen Coker ain't playing these first 4 to 6 games. Xavier Legette has plenty of time to eat early on. The brother had 497 yards last year, and that's not even counting the drops. He catches the passes that he dropped, even half of them. He goes over this number. I think this is easy money. I think this is easy money for Xavier Legette to get 575. Again, he had 497 last year on 49 catches. That was modest. That was modest again. That was before the beginning of the season. He wasn't starting, remember? He got playing time, but we still had Deontay Johnson. And then once Deontay was gone, Excel still wasn't the primary target. So, to me, I think that this is easily cleared by Xavier Legette. I have Xavier Legette with 700 yards this year. I have Xavier Legette with 700 yards. And for those touchdowns, he had 4 last year. And again, he dropped, 1, 2 of them? I think he beats this as well. I got Xavier Legette with 6 touchdowns. So I got 700 yards, 6 touchdowns for Xavier Legette. Kind of a breakout candidate in my opinion. I think we see the explosive side of Xavier Legette. I think we see the yards after catch that we've been waiting to see for Xavier Legette. I think we see him in a more comfortable position because he can play the Z instead of playing the X like he played last year. Now that Tanner McMillan is here, we could put him in motion, get him running on these crosser routes, get that 220 pounds running, catching the ball with a full head of steam and making something happen in open field. I got Xavier Legette as a breakout candidate. I do. And I believe in the dude. And I will be there for the comeback. You know what I'm saying? The athleticism, the speed, the size. I want him to get them hands right. And we're going to be ready to rock and roll. Again, he had 497 yards last year with the drops. He probably had 100 yards worth of drops. If you count the Chiefs drop, which was down the field about 30 yards, the Eagles drop was 30 yards down the field, that Saints drop, that was an interception, was 20 yards down the field. That's 80 yards right there. So, look, a couple more catches, even if he marginally improves the drops by half, he's killing this number. And as long as he makes big plays, man, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, but let's talk about it. Because Xavier Legette, man, I know a lot of naysayers are out there, but he's one of those type of guys that you just can't count out. He puts in the work, the adversity that he's been through in his life. The guys that big, that fast, that put in that type of work, things tend to work out for those type of guys that have their work ethic. Tireless worker. Dave Canales consistently talks about how they have to pull back on him from working too hard. I had some fans coming to me saying, what is he trying? Why is he working so hard? What is he trying to overcompensate? What? Like, people will literally hate on this man for nothing, bro. People are hating because he's working too hard. Somebody told me that on Twitter. Dead serious. Somebody told me that on Twitter. He's trying to overcompensate. Why is he working so hard? Man, I'm telling you, man, he's going to be one of the ones. He's going to be one of the ones. And I'm here for it. The Xavier Legette comeback will be glorious. Shout out to Monty 2K. Say he's sick, but he in bed coming to support. I'm sick too. I need to be in bed. But I ain't. I'm here with y'all kicking it. Say excel 700 or more yards this year. Book it. Shout out to Monty. When he make a bitch say he's a dog, bro. So he's big and fast. Dave got to put him in a position to use it. I agree. I think we get a better utilization of Xavier Legette. I think adding Tedero McMillan is going to take a lot of pressure off of Xavier Legette playing those type of duties of being a stationary X receiver. I think he can do it as needed, but he can also play in a slot as we saw last year at times. He can also needs to be that Z, going in motion, catching those deep crossing routes 15 to 20 yards down the field. Give it to that big dude in stride. Let him get that 4.3 40 rolling at 220 pounds. I want to see Dollar Bill a few times this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me a Xavier Legette jersey, and I'm gonna wear it with my cowboy hat. I'm getting me a Xavier Legette jersey, and I'm rocking it with my cowboy hat as soon as I get a haircut, because this thing barely fit. But I want to see Dollar Bill a few times. His head too small. I got a Demodome. But I want to see Xavier Legette get on the horse. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him. This head way too small. I got a big head. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here for it. I'm here for Dollar Bill. I'm here for Xavier Legette. I'm here for the cowboy. He said, don't ready the Dollar Bill around the kid. I'm ready for it. I still got the tags on all this stuff. I just got it. Yeah, my head big. I got to get a haircut. Too much hair. Too much hair. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here for the cowboy. And I will be here to support Xavier Legette. I'm rocking this with my Xavier Legette jersey as soon as I get a haircut. What up? What up, Doug? What's good, brother? Said I got my boots. I got my boots on the ground. I ain't got no fan in this thing. I need a fan. I'm hot. Turn my fan on. I'm hot in this thing. Say I got my boots on the ground. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got the hat from Foco. Got the hat from Foco. I think it's on Amazon. But all right, I ain't gonna be before y'all long. Whew. I'm about to rip this hat. Let's get to the schedule prediction. All right. All right. Week 1 at Jacksonville. Shout out to Panthers Pride on this graphic as well. Shout out to them on Instagram, Panthers Pride. We won at Jacksonville. Come on, man. I got us winning. I'm going to be in the building. My record last year was impeccable. We only lost one game with me in person, and that was the Chiefs. We could have easily won that one. So I'm going to the Jacksonville game. I'm probably going to lose my voice, which is why I need to get healthy right now. But I got the Panthers beating the Jags in week 1. Week 2 at Arizona. I got us winning against Arizona. We just seem to have Arizona's number. We do. We do. I got us beating Arizona in that on the road. They're gonna do some things on defense, but I thought that we were able to run the ball and establish it last year. I like what we did, and just for some reason, we just tend to have the Cardinals number. We do. So I got us beating them. Starting 2-0. Falcons in week 3. It's going to be a very, very heated matchup. I think with the lack of preseason, I think the Falcons could be still finding their way. I think they're still going to be finding their way. I think this will be a very, very close game. I got us beating the Falcons at home, man. I got us starting 3-0. I got us starting 3-0. And the Cardinals, man, they make me nervous because of their defense and what they can do. But I got us starting 3-0. It sounds delusional, and it's uncharted territory, but here we are. I believe in what we can do. Now, New England's a little bit tricky. At New England, I do think this is a game that we could trip up on. And I'll say now, I think New England, they've made a lot of moves. I could easily see this game going either way, but I got us tripping up here and losing after playing 3 road games in the first 4. I got to go start 3-1. Dolphins, I have us losing to the Dolphins, falling to 3-2. I think the Dolphins have too much speed at receiver on offense. I think that's our weakness. I think the quick release of Tua Tagovailoa, would not allow our pass rush to really affect him. I think he gets the ball out quick. I think they create some explosive, and I think we have a hard time stopping them. I do like our chances of playing our offense, moving the ball, but I got to start going 3-2. Dallas. I got to take the L to Dallas at home, unfortunately. Dallas just has too much talent offensively. I don't trust Ejiro Evero, especially after what I saw last year. Not having Micah Parsons definitely helps, but we had trouble blocking them up front, even besides Micah. So I just think Dallas is a loss. I got us falling to 3-3. The Jets. I got us beating the Jets. Going to 4-3. I think we travel to New York. I think the Jets are still trying to find their way. They have obviously a new coach, first year with Aaron Glenn. Their defense is going to be legit. It's going to be hard to block them up front with Quinnen Williams. But I still think that their offensive identity is going to be all over the place. I got us beating the Jets. And going what? 4-3. Buffalo, it's a loss. I just think they have too much talent on both sides of the football. Shaq Thompson revenge game, I guess. But Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, reigning MVP. I just don't think our defense is going to be good enough to be able to withstand what he'll be able to do and how they'll be able to attack us. Do I have confidence in our offense to be able to go toe-to-toe with them? Potentially. We've seen Bryce Young do it. Seems like Bryce Young tends to elevate his play when we play the big-time quarterbacks. You know, he seems to elevate when we play a guy like Patrick Mahomes or a guy like Jalen Hurts that we saw. So I would love to see a Bryce Young masterclass to really make a statement. But I got us losing. Yeah, the Jets defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks. Steve Wilks revenge game. Yeah, the Bills, they just on another level, bro. Better conference, better team. It is what it is. We're not there yet. The Packers seem like a game that they climbed the ladder of the NFC. They climbed the ladder in the NFC with the Micah Parsons move. They got Matthew Golden in the draft. They have Josh Jacobs, Jordan Love. They're really trying to take a step up in the upper echelon of the NFC. And I think they do. I think we lose to the Packers. At the Packers, close to midway through the year, I got us losing to the Packers. So right then and there, 9 games, I got us 5-4 after 9 games. If we 5-4 after 9 games, you'll get a happy dump. You got a happy dump. All right. week 10 at home versus the Saints. I got us beating the Saints, man. The Saints, I don't think they're going to be as bad as some people think, just depending on how the quarterback thing shakes out, but they're not going to be very good. They're old on defense. Their offense has question marks at quarterback. Of course, they still have Alvin Kamara, who's a problem, but he gets hurt as well. By this point in the season, are they checked out under a first-year Kellen Moore? What kind of condition is their defense in under a Brandon Staley in his first year? Brandon Staley has had the same transgressions as Jerry Vero. And Giro coached under Brandon Staley. But I got us beating the Saints. Second Falcons game. Oh, we're 6-4 at this point. Second Falcons game. I got us losing the Falcons at home. Just because I just think we'll split with them. No particular reason. We've seen them go into Atlanta and win in overtime. Bryce Young, 5, should have been 6 touchdowns. But I got us losing to the Falcons on the road. I just think we split it. We split the past, 5 years? I think it's been we split with them. It's just weird. We just literally split with them for the last 5 years every season. No matter how good or how bad we are, even when we only won 2 games, one of the games was Bryce Young beating the Falcons. So right then and there, I have us at 6-5? At San Fran, Monday Night Football. I'll be in the building. I'm traveling to San Fran. Shout out to the Bay. I'm on my way. I got us losing, man, the Christian McCaffrey revenge game. I do think San Fran takes a step back, but I still think that they have an overall level of talent that we're just not there yet either. Now, of course, with them, by this time of the season, injuries could have devastated them, and that could change my prediction. I'm not going to just predict injuries for anybody, but they get smoked by injuries on a yearly basis. I don't know what it is. Kyle Shanahan has something in the water. All that being said, I got us losing to the 49ers. The Rams is a loss as well. I'm sorry. It's at home. They're a little bit better than where we are. They're where we want to be. I think they're a Super Bowl contender, NFC contender for sure. Second best team in the NFC, in my opinion, behind the Eagles. It would be a good test. We got a lot of former Rams on our team. We got a Jerry Vero, who used to coach for the Rams. So I do think that there's going to be a loss just because of where talent-wise and where they are as a franchise. They're a lot closer. They have Super Bowl aspirations. We're not there yet. We're still finding our way. At home, at that point in week 13, I would love for us to come out and do our thing. But we're going to see. So unfortunately, I got us with 3 straight losses going into the bye week, licking our wounds. So I had us at 6-7. 6-7. Week 15, I got us beating the Saints. Sweeping the Saints this year. I swear to God, I will have my broom ready after we sweep the Saints this year. Believe you me. I will have my broom ready. I'm telling you. I can't wait. I will have my broom ready again when we sweep these boys. How do you pay on a super chat? I think it's a $. Excuse me. It's a $. Within a heart, I want to say. Don't hold me to it. Let me look it up. Oh, there's a box underneath the chat. A $. It's a $. It's a picture of a $. Inside of underneath the chat. It'll let you choose a dollar amount. I appreciate that support, Chicken Wayne. Appreciate that support. But sweeping the Saints, man. Sweeping the Saints, going to 7-8. I will have my broom ready. Bucks at home, week 16, twice in 3 weeks. I don't know what the Bucks record gonna be. I don't know what the Bucks record gonna be, but I got us beating the Bucks this game at home to give us our 8th win. 8 wins. We'll be at 8-7. What, 8-7? Yeah, 8-7. We'll be 8-7 after that, winning 2 division games back to back. I think last year we gave them a gift at home. I think the cold weather may affect Baker a little bit. We gave him a game away. Chuba gonna get us back right though. Chuba fumbled in overtime, unfortunately. Our defense let us down by not getting Baker on the ground, letting him scramble to get him in field goal range to send us to overtime. And again, Chuba fumbled in overtime, but he gonna get us back right. I believe in Chuba. And I believe this team can do the same thing they did last year and finish the job. I got us beating the Bucks, man. I got us beating the Bucks. 8-7 right there. 8-7. Now, the Seahawks. This is a tough one for me. I'm not going to lie. This is Sam Darnold Bowl. It's at home. The Dave Canales revenge game. A lot of revenge from a lot of guys on the staff. A lot of familiar faces. I miscounted the wins from the first half of the season. I picked Jags, Cardinals, Falcons, Jets, Saints. I did. Maybe I did. Jags, Cardinals, Falcons. I think I had us 3-3, 4, 5. Maybe I did. My bad. Okay. 6, 7. So I got us at 7 wins. So 7 and what? 8 right here? I got us at 7-8. Beating Tampa. It's hard to keep up without writing on your board. 7-8 beating Tampa. I got us beating Tampa. Now Seattle. Seattle's a tough one. The Dave Canales revenge game at home. At home. Now, of course, we know they have a new coach. Yeah, second-year coach. New quarterback with Sam Darnold. The Sam Darnold Bowl. The Dave Canales Bowl. The Brad Idzik Bowl. What happens? I got the Panthers winning, man. I think we're able to run the ball. I don't trust Sam in that new system. They do have Jackson Smith and Jigba and Cooper Kupp. But they got rid of DK Metcalf. They still got some good backs and Kenneth Walker. Our tackling will have to be it'll be very, very important in this game. Very, very important. But I think the offense can do their thing. I'm not afraid of the Seahawks defense. I'm not. They got some DBs. But I think Dave Canales has something in the bag for these guys. Mike McDonald has a defense that is going to be improved this year. I think in the second year under him, he's a great defensive coordinator. We'll see what they can pull out of their hat. But I still think we beat Seattle at home. They used to be our big brother. Remember that once upon a time? That puts us at, 8-8? In the last game at Tampa, I got us losing. I got a split with Tampa, going 8-9 last game of the season. I don't know if the division will be on the top line. I would love if we end up being 8-8 and the division is on the line for the final week of the season. I'm gonna be. It would be the ideal scenario for all the marbles, division title on the line, 8-8. I do have us losing to them going and finishing 8-9. Anywhere between 7 to 10 wins for this team would be not surprising for me. I think 7 wins, I feel I have a bad taste in my mouth, but I wouldn't be, it would exceed the 6.5 that Vegas predicts for us. But I feel like 8 is more realistic. The games that are toss-ups, in my opinion, the losses that I picked that are toss-ups, the Patriots is a toss-up. The Dolphins is a toss-up. And then the wins that I think is a toss-up is the Seahawks as well. So a few games where I think it's just, it could be anybody's game, depending on what the condition is. The 49ers is a question mark, depending on where they are injury-wise. But I ultimately have the Panthers finishing 8-9. 8-9. I would love for it to be a winning record. We're right there. We're right there. But we'll see. I don't believe, I personally have question marks about the division. Look, man, there's opportunity. The Bucks are starting a lot of guys injured. Chris Godwin will not start. Tristan Wirfs will not start the year. Baker Mayfield, how many times can they continue to roll offensively with a new offensive coordinator and still be amazing? And even then, Baker Mayfield's numbers, there's some big-time numbers, but he has a lot of turnover-worthy plays. He kind of puts the ball in harm's way at times. They have a lot of talent on offense, but there's a lot of question marks about the Bucs. The Falcons, you mean to tell me that they're not going to play a quarterback that only has 3 starts under his belt? They're not going to play him at all in preseason? I know they have a lot of talent at the skill positions, but so what? And people want to talk about Michael Penix, but under pressure, he's a whole different quarterback. And most quarterbacks are, but he's inaccurate. The fundamentals go out the window, and he's not very mobile. I think he's going to struggle early on. I think he's going to struggle mildly most of the season. Yes, you see some highlight throws, but he misses a lot of layups. Nobody wants to talk about that. There's question marks at the most important position on the Falcons. And we saw that be their undoing last year. It could be the same this year. The Saints, question marks at the most important position. I don't believe in the Saints. I don't. I really don't. Again, I don't think they're going to be as bad as it seems. Tank for Arch, whatever. That's going out the window. But they're definitely not going to be good. They're not going to be good. They're not. So I'm just not afraid of the division, man. I'm really not. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but I'm just not afraid of anybody in the division. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but they all got question marks. This hat is off of FOCO. 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 But my 2 breakout candidates, number 1 on defense is going to be Trevin Wallace. I think Trevin Wallace is going to take a step forward. How much of a step, we'll see. But I think that he looks a little bit faster in play recognition and diagnosis, getting places. His ceiling is going to be as high as what our defensive line is. If you can keep him clean from blockers, I think Trevin Wallace will be able to make some plays and be a sound starter on this defense. But again, it's going to be up to our defensive line to keep him clean. It seems like in the preseason, he's recognizing plays and runs faster, reading his keys and getting to spots, diagnosing and getting there. But again, if you are not able to keep him clean with offensive linemen in front of him, he is not going to thrive. But I do see him as a potential breakout candidate because I have faith the depth of our D-line is really going to show up this year. And I think we improve against the run at least. If we don't show big improvement anywhere else, I think stopping the run is going to be it. And it may not be we're top 10, but hell, getting from where we were to middle of the pack will be a huge step. We can't just allow teams to get whatever they want on the ground. We can't allow teams to just do whatever they want on the ground. That 5.5 yards per carry on first down, that can't work. That can't work. It can't happen. It can't happen. If we're gonna go where we want to go, it has to be better. It has to be. And I 100% see it being better. But my offensive breakout candidate, I'm going to tip my cap, Xavier Legette. I think Xavier Legette is going to really show why the Panthers had so much faith in him. The guy is 6'2". The guy has 220 pounds and sub 4.4 speed. Last year, he had to find his way getting to the system with Deontay Johnson being the main guy. Now there's another main guy, Tedero McMillan. But I think we have a clearer picture of how Xavier Legette fits into the system and what his skill set is. I think being that Robin and being able to play Z, playing in motion, going in the slot, being able to work from there, getting the ball on crossing routes, maybe a little more gadget plays. I expect Xavier Legette to have a breakout year. I told you guys earlier, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns for Xavier Legette. We riding dollar bill all year long. You heard it here first. Shout out to my guy Chicken Wang on the super chat. Ain't no thing but a Chicken Wang. Appreciate you for the super chat, Chicken Wang. You say he found that button. Shout out to my guy Mr. Luke Cage on the super chat. He said Nick Scott will make the Pro Bowl. Now that's a hot take. And I know you trolling. Well, that's a hot take. I appreciate the support though. How is Nick Scott still starting, guys? And it's not that Nick Scott is just he's not like Jordan Fuller. Jordan Fuller was just blowing coverages. He wasn't good in coverage. Nick Scott just can't tackle, bro. He cannot tackle. You know what I'm saying? He just can't tackle. They said Nick Scott gonna be making Whopper soon. He just can't tackle, bro. That's the thing. Like I said, he's not like Jordan Fuller, who was just blowing coverages from the jump. Jordan Fuller blew that coverage against the Saints. He got smoked by CeeDee Lamb multiple times against the Cowboys. He was just bad all around, and now he's a Falcon. Jordan Fuller is a Falcon, guys. Crazy enough. But Nick Scott just can't tackle. He just can't tackle. The brother don't got it. He missed a tackle against the Bengals. It gave him a touchdown before halftime. It was a 4th down, too. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the dude fell down, got up. Nick Scott still couldn't make the tackle. There was a key missed tackle against the Bears, I remember, on the sideline. A key missed tackle against the Bears in the middle of the field on 3rd down. We had 8 missed tackles and 3 starts. The brother can't tackle. He can't. So we got to find a way to get these rookies to start. Shout out to Kyle Sennett on the super chat. He said, I'm late, but you're right. The division has question marks, but I feel like the Bucs are still a solid team and everyone has to prove competence. They are, but they have injuries. The Bucs have injuries. And again, as bad as our defense was last year, somehow, some way, we still found a way to have a lead in the final drive. Somehow, some way, we found a way to get the ball in the field goal range in overtime and blow it. Even at our worst, when our defense is at our worst, we found a way. And that was including Eddie Pinheiro missing a field goal in the first half. That was the Adam Thielen drop touchdown that they didn't have angles for, not going our way in the first half. Again, these guys aren't head over shoulders better than us. I just don't see it, man. If we show up and do what we're supposed to do and execute, running the ball neutralizes, it can close the gap and neutralize a lot of things that people like to do. When you can run and stay on schedule, the running game kept us in the Eagles game. The running game kept us in a lot of games, to be honest. You could punch above your weight class when you can run the ball because it shortens the game. It sends a message. It's physical style of football. But I get it. The Bucs, they've been the king of the division for the last few years, but they're not the boogeyman, guys. They're not the boogeyman. None of these teams are the boogeyman. None of these teams are the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Detail on the super chat. Says, see you guys in Jacksonville. Y'all meet up, post up. I'm there. I'm in Jacksonville. If you in Jacksonville, sound off in the chat. I'll be tailgating. I'm going to try to find the riot. I'm going to try to find a riot. I don't know if their tailgate is going to be private and paid for, so I don't know if I'll be able to get to it, but I'm going to try to find a riot and tailgate with them. Regardless, though, I'm at the game. I'm in the 200 section, 203. I'm at 203. Who would I start at safety, Ransom or Damani? Personally, I would say Damani because I want to put Ransom at like that nickel safety position where he can be close to the line of scrimmage. If you can't get him close to the line of scrimmage because you have to play him deep, give me Damani. If you want somebody that's going to be close to the line of scrimmage, give me Ransom. But I think Ransom and Murray do a lot of the same things, so I think they play the same role. Appreciate the detail on the super chat. But I'm in Jacksonville. I'm going to work on dropping a preview for Jacksonville Friday. A little bit of film that I watched from preseason. Just my prediction on the game in depth. You know what I'm saying? Get more in depth on the matchup just to see how we looking. And what I see on some tape from preseason flashes, obviously just preseason. But I saw a few things that I like that maybe we could take advantage of. But yeah, Ransom was making plays. He did look good in preseason. But I think he needs to be close to the line of scrimmage like we saw him doing. Filling gaps, playing the run, playing in flats and coverage and so he can get underneath and get some depth. Being that quasi linebacker in coverage because he has those instincts. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Luke Cage, on the super chat. Says, dark times to think of the Bucs as a threat to anyone but the fashion police. Yes, I do hate that pewter. That creamsicle, though, I ain't gonna lie. That creamsicle they finna rock this year, I gotta tip my cap. I gotta tip my cowboy hat to them. That creamsicle be hitting. But that pewter, pewter, pewter. Pewter. I do not like that pewter. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't. Yeah, Jacksonville's going to be interesting, man. We'll talk about it a little bit more on my video Friday. Ideally, Friday is when I'm trying to get it to come out. I definitely wanted to get this prediction Uh yeah, it does look like rust. It does look like rust. The creamsicle is nice. They rock the creamsicle, but the pewter is ugh. Ugh. But yeah, I want to get my predictions up. If you caught this late, appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button if you have not, man. We on the quest to 20,000 subscribers. When I get to 20K, I'll really get freaky with the NFL films content and not get copyright struck. That stroke. Whoa. Pause. Copyright struck. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, man. It really helps me out to get them numbers up. I really have a goal for a reason. It's not just for vanity numbers. There's something that happens as an NFL creator, I think, as you get to 20,000 subscribers. And so I want to get there. I want to get there so that I can make nicer content and not get copywritten. And I can make money off of using their stuff. Please. Please. But stay tuned, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Dunk on it, man. I'm getting up out of here. Shout out to everybody that joined. Shout out to Kyle, Mr. Luke Cage. Ben said they're very willing to sell fire because they gets greedy during draft night. Avery said, we got Dowdle. Yup. We got Dowdle. Yeah, man. Gross getting the full NFL game open things up. We'll see. We'll see. But on to Jacksonville, guys, we made it. Football starts tomorrow. Yes, we got football, NFL football Thursday. NFL football Friday, NFL football Sunday. We got Saturday full of games. You know what I'm saying? Saturday full of games for college football. If you into that, it's all right. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We college football is okay. How much do I see Jimmy Horn getting playing time? We'll see. Football is back, guys. Football is back. I'm excited. I'm in Jacksonville. I can't wait. Let me get up off here, man. It's 10:49. Past my bedtime. I'm out of here. Peace.